Welcome to Friday Friends, RI Elder Info's weekly look at the organizations and individuals providing resources for Rhode Island seniors, caregivers, and professionals.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. It's 9 o'clock on Friday, and you are listening to me. So this must be Friday Friends with your host, me, Deb Burton, Executive Director of RI Elder Info. And I am sure you all have visited rielderinfo.com and know that it maintains the most comprehensive resources for seniors, caregivers, and the professionals who serve them. If by some chance you have not visited the website yet, I strongly encourage you to do that after the show. We're going to have a super fun conversation about a new program. Well, it might not actually be new. It's new to me. I just learned about it. And I think it's something that there's a lot of folks out there who could really benefit from it of all ages. So please hit the like button, the share button, help get the word out about this program because it was something I was like, wow, that's really cool. So please help us get the word out because this is just a fun little program that I think will make people's lives much easier. So, as you all know, we're a 501c3 nonprofit, and we could not do what we do as a whole without the support of our sponsors. So, huge thank you to Point 32 Health Foundation, to Aetna and United Healthcare, to Oak Street Health, to 321 Media and JD Solutions, as well as England Studio and Neighborhood Health. And all of the individual donors, when you donate to us, it really does go back out into the community to help people remain independent and informed as we get older. Because, we're all in this together. So without further ado, summertime is one of the peak times to go on vacation, right? It's the end of July. Everybody's geared up to go someplace. And for some, going through the airport and getting on the plane can be like a bit more challenging. So I've just learned of an awesome program that TF Green and many other airports across the country participate in that can make it easier. And who wouldn't like things to be easier when they fly? I'd like to welcome John from TF Green Airport's Sunflower Program.
Good morning,
John.
Thanks for having me. Hopefully I'm not showing up okay digitally.
Yes.
Happy to be here in a casual Friday mode with you.
Perfect. So tell everybody, what is the Sunflower Program and what is your role at the airport?
Well, I'm the Assistant Vice President of Public Relations for the Rhode Island Airport Corporation, and we actually run 6 airports throughout the state. One of them, of course, is Rhode Island TF Green International Airport. And really the goal of our board and our CEO and everyone who works here is really just to quite simply make this the best airport in the country. And there's a lot of different ways that we do that. We have a music program. You'll find people playing violin, piano. And of course, one of the things that we all recognize is that air travel can be stressful and it can be frightening for people. I mean, it might even be a fear of flying, but really it's often the fear of the unknown. So we have a Sunflowers program. It's the Sunflowers Hidden Disability Program. And you might ask, what is a hidden disability? Well, it really could be anything. I mean, it's not apparent to everyone. If you are my mother's 92 years old, she can't see all that well. She can't hear all that well. You wouldn't know it to look at her. But if she is traveling through the airport, number one, if she needs any wheelchair assistance or whatnot, she can make those arrangements through the airlines themselves. But just for the whole airport experience, from parking to security to going to our restaurants, the boarding process, that can be scary for people. And if you're just wearing some type of a sunflower emblem, a shirt, a blouse that has sunflowers, you can even call our customer service department and ask for a lanyard or a wrist bracelet. Those sunflowers send a quiet signal to everyone who works at the airport that there might be a hidden disability involved. Could be someone on the autism spectrum, who knows? Who cares really? If you need a little extra time and support, or is aware that the sunflowers is kind of that quiet signal, just to be a little bit more patient.
That is really good. So it's not something that is, incredibly overt. It's not like you have to explain to everybody along the way. Just by having the sunflower, it it kind of cues everyone in the airport that maybe you need a little something extra, maybe a little super anxious. That happens to a lot of people when they fly.
Absolutely. We can all understand that. I do wonder, a lot of people just plain and simply like sunflowers, and they probably, they might be have a sunflower bag and just be like, man, everyone's really being nice to me. Well, we try to be nice all the time, but if you had some sunflower memorabilia on, something of that nature, and people were really nice to you, that might be why.
Yeah. Why was it important for TF Green to participate in the sunflower program?
Well, again, it gets back to our goals as an airport. We just want to be the nicest, friendliest airport possible. And the Americans with Disabilities Act actually requires that all the airlines provide those additional supports. We just know that going the extra mile can really make a difference for a lot of folks, and really do understand that, especially because of COVID, they might not have traveled in a while. They might think things are completely different, or maybe they've just never traveled through our airport. Well, this is a way that they can get that help. We even have a flying familiarization program where you can call our customer service department, 691-2000, and they'll actually do a walkthrough with you, to really let you know before you travel, here's where you park, here's how you go through security, here's what the boarding process is. And anything we can do to remove those fear factors of the unknown, we think is just going to make a positive flying experience for everyone. And of course, there's other airports on the other side that do have the same Sunflowers program. It's a growing program where we're at the front of this, and trying to start that trend, but the trend is continuing with other airports too.
That is awesome. And so, you bring up a good point because a lot of times when we are hearing about airports on the news, it's people in really stressful situations. There was a storm, so flights are delayed. And I think that that can kind of increase folks' anxiety. But I think TF Green is like one of those little hidden gems that really shouldn't be so hidden because we're convenient to everything. So, how does someone enroll or participate in the Sunflower program? Like, do they have to go to the airport ahead of time or do they call? How do they do that?
Well, they can call. Again, it's 401-691-2000. It asks to speak to our customer service department, and they'll be happy to help you. And also, you're running the web links and the email address, so there's no wrong door to call us. If you do want to have a sunflower wristband or lanyard, call ahead of time. But again, if you just have something in your home that shows sunflowers, wear that. But for the most part, we'll just try to accommodate anyone whenever we can, whenever they call.
That is awesome. So, and you don't have to be any particular age. So, if maybe you're traveling with a younger child with different abilities, or an older person, or anybody of any age, maybe with aphasia who has difficulty communicating, it doesn't matter, right? It's for all ages.
It doesn't matter. You don't have to have proof of your disability. If we're just here to help you. And again, this is really just part of our overall goal to make the travel experience as positive as it can be. And of course, the things about Rhode Island TF Green International Airport is you can get there from here. We have a lot of nonstop destinations, but we also have a lot of one-stop destinations, and it can be easy to travel. We do try to help counsel people and give them some flying tips, and let them know that yes, the leaving early can be very helpful if you have a day of thunderstorms in the summer, and there's delays. So there's certain flying tips out there, but for the most part, everyone at all of the airports and the airlines are just trying to work with you to get you to where you need to be, and they're all happy to provide the extra support that we do here at our airport.
Absolutely. So when someone's participating in the sunflower program and they have a sunflower hat or a lanyard or a shirt, do they go through security in a different way in the airport? Like, do they get a wheelchair or a sky cap to help them? Is there anything really different? How do they know, for example, when to coordinate something through their airline itself versus the airport?
It's really the Sunflower program itself is really no different. You're not going to circumvent security. If you do need that type of wheelchair support or other supportive services, that's all done through the airlines themselves.
Okay.
And you can do that at the time of booking. If you've already booked and you haven't requested that, simply get back in touch with the airline itself. Ultimately, it's their responsibility to provide you with those supports. But I know that Transportation Security Administration is always happy to accommodate people as well. And again, for this program, it's just that subtle reminder. You don't have to, have proof of your disability. You're just really giving people a quiet cue that, hey, be patient with me. Just give me a little bit more time. I might not have flown for a while. And really, that goes such a long way for everyone.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I think just in general, we just need more kindness. So if somebody has sunflowers on or not, like share patience and kindness as generously as we can for all of us everywhere. So tell me about the flying familiarization program, because there's folks out there maybe who have never flown or it's been a really long time. Do you schedule an appointment for that? How does that work?
Our customer service department actually has monthly programs depending on demand. And really, that's you're going to replicate as much of the flying experience as you possibly can without actually flying. So they take you in hand, they give you an overview of what the process is. And again, I think most people recognize that fear and anxiety is often the fear of the unknown. So they'll actually be walked through security, see what is going to happen when TSA scans their luggage, does the personal checks on them as well, and then walk them down to the gate, let them experience that, and let them see what the boarding process is, give them an opportunity to check out our restaurants as well, and also just understand what the parking process is. I mean, even going to an unknown airport for me, where I've never gone through the parking process before, is an anxiety factor, and that's kind of rough when you're going for leisure travel. But we want to eliminate that here.
You bring up a really good point, because a lot of times I go down to Florida, and let me tell you, just getting out of the airports that I'm not familiar with and finding the car rental and trying to find how do I even find the highway can be very stressful.
Well, I'll
So
tell
it's
you,
good that we have this here.
I mean, look over our summer destinations, because we're connecting to a lot of the same type of small airports that Rhode Island TF Green is. And I've got to say, I recently went down to Charleston, South Carolina. Nice small airport, quick and easy. So both sides of my travel experience were just really nice and relaxing, as opposed to some other airports where it's a very stressful situation.
Exactly, exactly. The power of being small and convenient. So here's just a quick personal question that just popped up. What do you think is the best part of coming to Rhode Island?
For the visitors to Rhode Island,
Yeah.
I think the fact that you are really just within minutes or hours of everything. I mean, in the summer, you can be down at the beach, you can be up in the mountains in northern New England. You're a 3-hour drive from from New York. You're a 1-hour drive from Boston. I mean, there's so much to do. We're really a gateway to a lot of the nation's best vacation spots, especially here in Rhode Island.
Absolutely. I agree with you 100%. And I hope folks who come through get their frozen lemonade and their clam cakes and chowder.
Good Rhode Island pronunciation there.
Absolutely. John, I am really glad that you were able to join us today, because I think that this is a wonderful program for people. Any last thoughts?
Well, just feel free to reach out to our customer service department. Some of the programs for some of the autism centers in the area. That could be a great field trip for everyone to come out and really experience the airport and remove that fear factor for everyone. But again, for seniors who maybe have not traveled in a while, same thing. They can and we'll give them all the support that they need to be able to have a very pleasurable leisure travel experience.
That is awesome. Thank you so much for coming on today. I'm really
Thanks for
excited
having me.
about this program.
You guys do a great job at Rhode Island Elder Info, though, so keep up the good work.
Thank you. Everybody, this is just a really cool program for everybody of all ages to just make things easier. And like I said, no matter where you are, if you're in the airport or if you're in the grocery store, spread patience and kindness around like confetti. We need more of that going on. This sunflower program and the ability to be familiar with the airport ahead of time, how awesome is that? Anyway, I am so glad you were able to join me this week. I look forward to seeing you all again next week. And in the meantime, be well and be kind.
If you liked this video, please follow us on social media and subscribe on YouTube. For more information, visit rielderinfo.com or call 401-585-0509. If you have any questions, email deb@rielderinfo.com.